Hello, everyone. I am Boone. You are back here with me at Boone Builds. This is Bricktorious Live. Welcome. It is your premier Lego-inspired live stream that happens every week here on Boone Builds. I have a couple of incredible, very special featured guests tonight, but before I introduce them, let me bring on a couple of my guest hosts for the evening. You know him. He is my buddy from Season 1. You know him as IcebergBricks. It is Mel Brown. Thanks for being here, Mel.
What's going on? How you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing well. You've seen him around a lot. He has been on Boone Builds quite a bit recently. It is Bricks O'Brien. Everybody give it up for Bricks O'Brien.
You've seen him around a lot. That's the best intro I've ever got.
And finally, our featured guests of the evening. They just won Lego Masters Season 2. It is Mark and Steven. Mark and Steven, thank you so much for being with us tonight. It's going to be awesome. Now we go back to the Bricktorious thing. Somehow it works here. There it is. And we just all dance or something. In the live chat tonight, we've got Nathanos is here. Jake Sadovich, everybody. Moto, Brickaroo Bonsai, Dr. Cat Builds, Charles is here, Brett is here, Dave is here, Brick Jedi, Patrick's here, Brian's here. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Lego Cat Creator, Tan Jam, see you later. Cody Otley, Elijah. We already have a super chat from Eshdaddy. LME Toys, building your mind one brick at a time, coming in with that super early super chat. Eshdaddy, I'm going to leave that up there while we listen to the theme song. Welcome to Bricktorious. Moto said each daddy. Welcome to nope, it's Eshdaddy. Brian, can you give us your version of the Eshdaddy announcement?
Gotta love having the one and only Eshdaddy of LME Toys here, building your mind one brick at a time. I've missed it so much, Daddy. Glad to have you back.
Hey, thank you very much for hitting us with that fancy $9.99 there, Eshdaddy. Everybody, welcome. This is such a pleasure, Mark and Steven, to have you with us. Mel, Brian, thank you both for coming back and joining us this evening. I appreciate you guys. I rely on these guys down here on the bottom of the screen to help me keep this train on the track, because when this train gets moving, it can sometimes go a little willy-nilly. Mark and Steven, it's time for our check-in. What is going on with you guys?
Well, to name a few things, we won Lego Masters, so that's pretty crazy, yeah.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
Oh, man. No, we've done a ton of meet and greets. We've done a lot of other stuff. We've built websites. We've made T-shirts, books, other stuff like that.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff that comes.
I'm actually really appreciating getting back into sorting. I think you can see it right behind me over here. So I have so much backlog stuff. We had more than enough before, and now we have plenty afterwards.
This guy builds big.
Well, yeah,
big. There's a lot of sorting.
Yeah.
Now you guys are in the same place tonight, and do you live near each other? Do you live together? What's the situation?
We are still in the same house, so we also share the same collection, which is really nice. And also, you have to take turns.
We do actually.
You have to work with your partner even outside of Lego Masters, so that's pretty fun.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Everybody, we are going to have a lot of questions with Mark and Steven tonight, specifically related to Lego Masters Season 2, their epic win just about a week and a half, well, maybe 2 weeks ago. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. We're going to have a Minifig Mystery tonight. We're bringing it back. We're going to have a full spotlight where we'll get a little bit more time to hear from Mark and Steven and their path as connecting to the Lego fan community. And then we're going to listen to our Brick Telephone, brand new segment from last week. We're also going to have Brick Trivia, and we'll try to squeeze in some Q&A at the end, but we'll maybe do a little Q&A along the way. But we're going to have fun. So next up, Iceberg, what is going on, my man?
Ah man, ain't much, man. Ain't much in your hood, man. What's going on, man? Just been getting some builds on, man, and I've been hanging out with your boy Brian, Bricks O'Brien, at a couple shows and everything going on at Brickfest Live. So I've been doing that, man. Life is good.
That's awesome. I've seen a lot of fun pictures from Brickfest Live. That looks very fun. I've gotten out to Brick Slopes in Utah, which you missed.
Yeah,
Mel,
yeah.
we miss you, man. We miss you.
I know, man.
and then we got to do 2 weeks after that. We got to do Rose City Comic-Con here in Portland, where we had a nice big Lego display, and so it's just been so incredible getting back to things. Brian, what's going on with you, buddy?
Well, I was hanging out with Mel. It was the best part of my weekend in Pittsburgh. And then going to Marlboro in my neck of the woods. I was actually the host up on stage at Brickfest Live. So I brought on some Lego Masters, talked with them, did trivia, building activities, signed a lot of autographs, and met a lot of awesome people along the way. So those 2 shows just happened, and it was an awesome experience. And now I'm just getting back into the rhythm of things before maybe going to more. We'll see where things shake out, but I'm very happy to be here with all of you guys tonight. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, this is again a real treat to have the winners of Lego Masters Season 2 with us tonight. How's it sinking in, you guys? Has it sunk in? You getting used to the fact that the world knows you're the winners now?
I think it's starting to finally get real, right? It's like we've known for 20 or so weeks, they film it in advance, and so now it's everyone knows, no more spoilers. It's so nice. We're finally like, wow, yeah, it actually happened. This is awesome. So,
and the finale watch party that you had looked incredible. How many people were there?
There's about 150 people there, mostly
What?
my coworkers. So we were very careful. Don't worry. We had all those restrictions in mind. Yeah, and then some of your coworkers, friends, and family. So just a bunch of people. We ended up renting out a church, and it's a little bit larger than a movie theater, and a little bit more areas outside. We had Chick-fil-A catering. Of course, it was really my coworkers and my boss went all out to really make sure this is an awesome experience. They even had balloons in the ceiling, hidden away, ready to go when the finale landed. It was pretty.
I was curious about that. How did the balloon thing work? Who planned that? And I've seen that on TV. I don't know. Was it a surprise to you?
It was a surprise to me. It was really cool when the results were available on the big, huge. It was like a 30-something foot screen. It was amazing. And it's crazy. So when that happened, all the balloons fell down. The music, it was amazing. So it was. They were prepared. They were prepared just in case. Yeah, but we had a lot of AFOLs there. We had a lot of cool mocks there as well. We brought our World Serpent that we took to Rick Fair, Virginia, which is a homage to our Lego Masters run. And a lot of great people were there. Beyond the Brick, a lot of live streams. It was the night to remember. It was just amazing.
So let me ask you this: Did you fill Beyond the Brick? I saw Beyond the Brick going down. I knew that they were going to be there. They made a big deal about being there. Did they know ahead of time that they were going down to capture the winning moment?
No.
Or were they just going to support you guys as friends?
They just knew that we were a finale team, and we were going to have a finale party. And I guess they had nothing else going on. It was a nice little weekend or a weekday to drive down to Georgia. Nice. And they also, where I work, is a large independent store that sells Lego. And so they often do tours through there every couple of years to check out and see all the amazing stuff. So there's multiple destinations in this area to visit for them.
So
Awesome.
Boone, I remember Joshua sending me an image of the full thing. And I saw the balloons up in the rafters with the screen, and I said to Joshua, it'd be really awkward if they didn't win.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It would be. And I said to Joshua, I'm thinking they win because the balloons are there, and he's like, I'm pretty sure that's the case too. And so he didn't know at the time. He didn't tell me anything. So
yeah, well, I know somebody knew because someone had to put those balloons in the ceiling, unless it was like what do you call that when
Congrats
you do it
on
just in
second
case?
place. Hey, here you go.
We love you anyway. Yeah, we love you anyway.
They had two strings, three strings. One string let down all the balloons. Another string let down some of the balloons, and like the third string let down one balloon.
Tears. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that on TV, but I've never actually been in a room where balloons rain down from the sky. So I was really impressed to see that. All right, hey, we'll go back to the live chat for just a moment. Aaron, thanks for being with us. Brett Hoopa is here. CCJT Studios, Brickham's Den, Between the Bricks. Whoa, Between the Bricks, watching all the way from New Zealand. And Holly is here. Holly just said, Mel.
My girl Holly. Man, I miss Holly.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. It is time. We are going to do our minifig mystery. We're going to do our minifig mystery, and then we're going to really dive in with Mark and Steven and get the scoop from them. But first, where's the minifig mystery? Is it this one?
Mystery, it's a minifig mystery.
Every one of my segment intros are too long. They're getting, as I continue to create new ones, they're getting shorter. So you'll see when we get to the telephone, it's a new one. And oh, here, look, everybody, I'm about to post this to my Instagram stories. On now with the new Lego Master Champions YouTube. Should I put an arrow to the YouTube link? They've just created
Giant
this thing
red
where
arrow.
it's no longer swipe up, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna do a big red arrow. So for those of you, we'll do let's see, arrow and like womp womp. Does that look okay?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
Fire.
Sweet. And I'm clicking done and send it to my story. Done. Cool. All right. If you don't follow me on Instagram, there was a little product placement, Instagram.com/Boone Builds. This is a minifig, mystery minifig from the Minifigures Series 21. And let's see, we've got some different folks in there. Mark and Steven, do you have a guess as to who this mystery minifig might be?
Well, I'm seeing at least two from season 2 of Lego Masters, the Ladybug and the
Cabaret and
Cabaret.
the violin boy too. Yeah,
Where is he?
he's right in the lower right or middle right. Anyway,
sorry,
I
right.
think it's going to be that Aztec warrior. At least I hope it is, because that's the one that I would really want out of that series. So.
I'm gonna go with the Ladybug.
Okay. So Mark says Aztec Warrior. Steven says Ladybug. Hey, let us know in the live chat. Who do you think it's going to be? You can't win by guessing. You just get the pride of guessing correctly, because this minifigure is going to be given away to the winner of the Brick Trivia coming a little bit later in the hour. Brian, who do you think it is?
I'm going to go with the airplane girl, whatever her name is, Amelia Earhart Jr.
Okay.
Perhaps.
All right. Mel, you got a guess?
I'm thinking it's the was that the space police thing that looks like a candy corn right there? Like yeah, that one right there. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Grant says Space Police. Fabufan says Airplane Girl. Moto says what? No. What does that mean? I don't know what Moto's talking about. See you later says Space Police. Dr. Cat says Cabaret. All right, let's open it up. This is dangerous. I forgot my scissors over at the other side of the room, so I'm using my box cutter.
Cut away.
Bum. It is. We've
Ah!
got a dolphin. We've got a dolphin.
Yeah.
It is the surfing lady. Or I guess it's not surfing, it's longboarding, because she's got an oar. This is cool. I always thought she was a surfer.
That's gotta be the best minifig I've ever seen, because it comes with a dolphin.
Look at, she's got a dolphin on her tank top there.
That's a lot of accessories.
That is a 90s-tastic dolphin tank top right there. Miami Vice right there with a little bit of like Anne Frank inspiration. Okay, she's got a life vest, some sunglasses. a cool hat with a ponytail in the back. Some short-legged, what is that, neoprene? What do they call those? What is wetsuit, right? And then she can go on her paddleboard. Well, apparently, I don't know how paddleboards work because I don't know what to make her look like she's doing. But she's going along, and she can hook up with this dolphin and have some fun out there on the water. All right. So you will have a chance to win this awesome minifigure a little bit later in the show. Thanks, everybody. Nobody won. Nobody said the surfer girl, did they? Did anyone say that? Maybe some folks in the live chat were correct. Easy Craftsman is here. Thanks for joining us, everybody. All right. Now it is time for the AFL Spotlight.
Let's go! Climb aboard this proverbial Winnebago. We're talking about the awesome fans of Lego. So build your mock and shift it into drive. It's time for AFL Spotlight live.
Here they are, the AFLs of the evening. Mark, Steven, it's a little bit unfortunate that you're sitting opposite to your sorry, I'm trying to get this thing out of here. You're sitting opposite to your names on the screen.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that.
Well,
so I'm Steven, he's Mark,
Yes.
just so everyone knows.
And it does seem to always sound like Mark and Steven. Is that true, or is it sometimes Steven and Mark?
Every now and then, I say we just kind of go with Mark and Steven because in our sibling hierarchy, it's Julia, Mark, and Steven, our older sister. And so I was the middle one, Steven was the youngest one. So if we were doing part of the family, it was Mark and Steven. So it's kind of the stair steps.
And how far apart are the two of you in age? May I ask that?
Just 20 months. So yeah, pretty close, but not twins. That's Caleb and Jacob.
Okay, and does Julia build?
No, but she does a lot of other creative stuff. She makes her own jewelry. She had a business for a long time, and now she restores furniture. So she's very creative too.
Awesome. Sounds great. Sounds like a creative siblingry, or whatever you would call that, a bucket full of siblings. Doc Sampson is here in waves. Thanks for joining us, Doc. All right, guys, can you tell us a little bit about early days, young Mark and Steven? Where does Lego come into the story?
Yeah, so I think I was the first to dive in, but you were just after me. It was we got online and found the ClassicCastle.com, and they had this yearly contest called the Colossal Castle Contest. And so
that's a lot of that's a lot of C's. Colossal Castle Contest.
We didn't name it.
All right, we didn't name it. It's intentionally a lot of
tongue twister.
It's Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and there's all these categories, and it's castle themed. We really enjoyed castle, and basically built mostly that starting off. So entering that contest, getting a lot of experience, seeing all the amazing builds that other people did, really inspired us, and we haven't stopped doing stuff like that since. Always contests and then conventions shortly thereafter, and just always enjoyed the competitive nature, but also the really creative and really beautiful side of the Lego fan community. So it's pretty awesome.
And that was way back in what, 2009?
No, 2010 and 11.
Yeah, I do remember when we first got on Classic Castle, we found their stickers, right? You could print them off and take them to the Minifig torsos and shields, which we thought were awesome. We also saw a lot of how-to stuff. Like we saw like some of the old guys like Griffin Catarn, DNL, and Iggy Pop, Blake Bear. A lot of these really cool older builders from way back. That really inspired us. And from there we found Flickr, and it just took off.
That's so cool to hear from you guys. I got to point out real quick in the live chat, Susie, this is one of my mom and dad's longest running friends. Thanks for being with us, Susie. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. All right, Mark, Steven, what can you tell us about those early castles that you built for those challenges?
Yeah, so a lot of those early castles, I ended up kind of delving into the Mediterranean or even tropical flair with those, just because we grew up in Florida and really enjoy that kind of environment. Really speaks to us, as it were. But Steven also likes the cold as well. So you went to the winter-themed landscapes. We have a lot of landscapes.
That was funny. Mark loves the warm weather, and I like the cold weather. And then we got involved with contests and other stuff, kind of like Guilds of Historica. And I immediately went for the cold countries. Like, I want some snow, I want some ice. Let's do it. But yeah, it was definitely castles that got us into it. We love history. We always loved history.
And fantasy.
And fantasy, yeah, all those fun fairy tales, Robin Hood, like that was great. The Disney Robin Hood, especially growing up, love those movies. But yeah, after that, we started branching into other stuff. We got into Greco-Roman stuff when they started coming out with series minifigs. There was also
Space. We started doing September,
Space.
Simon Liu,
Space.
Oh, and then it started to take off really well. We got into the Iron Builder, which was insane. We got in with Sean Mayo and competed against him and lost, even though we put up a good fight. But yeah, we were beaten. And then we found out about conventions, of course. And that's where it really came to life, because then we got to meet everybody in person. It's one thing to be, in a small town, you don't see a lot of Lego-themed anything really, kind of far from the theme parks. So when you get to that huge hubbub, that huge group, that was the moment.
Yeah, I know that all of us on screen right now have a strong connection to the conventions. I find that it is really what motivates me to build more, right? Because I didn't build much from the beginning of 2020 until quite recently, because there wasn't anything to go to. There was nothing to build for. And so, I was doing a lot of sitting around and like kind of other Lego related stuff, but not a lot of building. So it's fun to be getting back into going to the conventions now. Mark and Steven, do you have a favorite convention?
Yeah, I'd say our favorite is Brick Fair, Alabama, just because it's definitely the closest for us. It's about 3 hours drive. But we also really loved Brick World the one year we attended. That was really awesome. We went in 2018. And we're really hoping to go again as soon as it's safe for everyone.
Yep.
So I think hopefully next year, as long as things go great. So
yeah.
But
awesome.
Alabama was our first.
Alabama was the first. We've been going there consecutively since 2016.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, cool. Mel, do you have a favorite convention?
Oh man, my favorite. My home show is always the Philly show, because it's like it's home for me. But Bricks Cascade all day, man. Bricks Cascade. I'm trying to tell you, you brothers need to go out there and go to Bricks Cascade, man. It's a different type of vibe there, man. The talent is there, but then from the talent to the people that vend, everybody, and people that work the show, everybody's in a good mood. Everybody loves being there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Consider that if that wasn't an official invitation to Bricks Cascade 2022, Mark and Steven, please consider it. Grumpy J with $5. Incredible. Thank you for the support of the live chat tonight there, Grumpy J. Mark, Steven, any new castles? Got to get your title back. LOL.
See,
thanks, Grumpy J. Appreciate you.
See, Grumpy J, let me tell you, I'm gonna talk for them real quick. Once you gotten a title, that title always yours. No one can ever challenge you for that title. It's as simple as that. Once you're a champion, you're always that champion. Always. Now, unless you book a T and then you 5-time champion, 5-time champion 5 times, right? 5 times.
Well, the thing is, you can only have one title. And we left with a good one. So, yeah, we're pretty happy with that. You guys, I think you can connect the dots. Just saying. No, wait. We love them. They made a great castle. Keep it.
Yeah. But we aren't done with castle, even though we like to build a wide variety of things now. So we will be building some new castles, maybe sooner than you'd realize. We'll see. We might have something coming out. So.
I wanted to ask, since y'all got started with castle, for everyone else on the screen, what's your connection to castle? Mel, you ever built a castle?
I've never built a castle, man. Never.
I was
I've only been building for probably a handful of years, man. I never built a castle.
My family is outside dancing and waving at me through the window. It's like the Today Show. except there's just far fewer of them. I built one castle when I was a child, and it was on a 16 by 32 base plate, and it was exactly, the walls were 16 by 32, and it was just probably 10 bricks high and had, like, you know, with the parapets or ramparts or whatever all the way around, and that was it. And there was like a throne inside and a winch, you know, the little kind of wheelie string winch that would raise and lower like a 6 by 10 plate for the drawbridge. That was my first castle. I didn't build another castle until last year when I redesigned the Lego Coliseum and turned it into a castle that I call Castello Fortificato. That was my second castle. And then I just built my third castle. So I kind of got the castle bug, you guys. And particularly watching you on the cliffhanger episode was definitely inspiring. Brian, what are your thoughts about a castle?
Well, Boone, I have wanted a Peach's castle from Mario for a very long time. I got to build one that was about this big in that set back there. Now, that's not the castle I wanted, but it's the castle we got. And I lived vicariously through Brick Snaps and his Peach's castle he built. That's about as big as my desk. So although I haven't built a massive castle in my day, Peach one or otherwise, I appreciate. No, I did, Aaron. No, I didn't. And that's not how you spell my name. And you know it. It's right there. Okay. One day, not
Brick
today,
Snap.
not tomorrow, but one day.
Brick Snaps, would you send this guy your castle, please? So he doesn't come out to make this
it's
Gettysburg
gone.
address ever again. But would you send the guy the castle, please?
You didn't get the castle you wanted, but you got the castle you deserved.
Oh,
You can
man.
host
You
this
know what?
show
I don't think I ever heard Boone tear somebody down. I don't think I ever heard him tear somebody down till today.
Boone, I thought you were a professional. That's what I thought you were, but I guess I was wrong.
Don't
That's
break your
Brian,
castle.
Brian, you know I love
Don't-
you.
don't break your castle.
Brian.
You know, Boone, a lot of people say they love me. And you know what? I understand.
Don't break your castle.
Nope, not gonna do that. This is all I got right here. This is the castle right here. That's it.
Brick Snaps. Save this guy,
Wowza.
Brick Snaps. Brick
Wowza.
Snaps, save this guy. Send the guy
Popcorn
the castle.
shower. Popcorn shower. I want to take a popcorn shower. Popcorn shower with a $5 super chat says, "Congrats, guys. What advice do you have for someone getting into Lego? What to buy, where to start, things. You got any advice?" Well, let's start with Mark and Steven, but we'll go around the screen for this one.
Right. So I would say start with those classic sets that they've come out with pretty recently. They have an amazing assortment of really different colored bricks. You can build houses, animals, creatures, and also pay attention to color theory and color blocking because it'll make so much more beautiful creations no matter what you're building.
Awesome.
I would say if you want to buy Lego, definitely check out Bricklink. It's pretty hard to beat Bricklink. You can buy used and new, anything there. As far as where to start, always make sure you build for yourself, right? Don't build for somebody else unless you're doing commission, but yeah, always build for what you want to make. That's really important. Always learn, always grow, but build something you want.
Awesome. Mel, you got a tip?
I would say, as a new builder myself, become an enthusiast of Lego first, right? Become an enthusiast. And I say that by, you may not have a creative bone in your body, but you just love Lego. Go enjoy some of these sets that you get off of, don't stick to a certain theme. Take all of them. Take all of them. Get all of them. Get as many as you can. And each side of these sets, it's like opening a book. You're learning how to build. So just become an enthusiast of it first, and then the love will fall in later to actually step out and create something.
What do you think, Brian?
Creator 3-in-1 is where it's at. If you buy yourself a castle the one that's out right now, really any of them, because you get a box that is a contained amount of pieces, but then you can translate that into 2 other models with the instructions. And like Mel was saying, you get those building techniques and you learn how to adapt those things into your own builds. And if you really are new into Lego and you really want to challenge, you want to kill like 20 hours, you buy a giant Technic set, you know, that's going to be the real test. And once you graduate from that, then you really start making your own stuff and you bring it to a show, you display it, and that's where it gets interesting.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey, Brian, I'm sorry. I took you
No,
down
Boone,
earlier.
no, it's Boone. It's
But
Down.
But I'm still reaping the benefits because Doc Sampson with a $2 super chat says, "Castle you deserve." Laughing, crying, laughing, crying.
What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
No, listen, I gotta highlight Brian here, and I just gotta say that Brian, I say it over and over again. Brian is the consummate professional when it comes to speaking in a fun and engaging and interesting way on camera. And so that is why I continue to bring him back over and over again on this live stream. And so really, I'll say it right here. You have not gotten the castle you deserve. You deserve much, much more. So here's hoping that tiny castle is a hint to a future, much larger castle.
You're just satisfied that you got $2 out of Doc Sampson and you're trying to get the little backpack. And I understand. And thank you, Boone. I appreciate it. Maybe this is the castle I deserve. This is the size of the castle my ego should be, and that's where I need to be. And I'm working with what I got. So,
all right. Let's get. Thank you very much, Brian. You're great. Let's get back to Mark and Steven. Are we still in the AFL Spotlight segment? I think we are. We've just had some chats.
Brick Snaps is in the house. He says, "I'm the king of your castle." There you go. Brick Snaps, send this guy a castle, please.
Martin is amazing.
You have
picking up the end of the story. Mark will build Brian the castle he wants. Wouldn't that be a precious moment? Holy smokes! Real quick, we gotta check out some of this. Dave Morgan says with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Dave, for the Brian Defense Fund. Hey, that's great. That's like, whose insult counts the most? It's whoever puts the most in the super chat. Is that right? either the insult or the defender. Thank you so much, Dave Morgan. And a big shout out to my moderators. Thank you very much, moderators, for being in the chat, helping us keep it fun and safe for everyone. Popcorn Shower with another $5 super chat said, "Thanks for the awesome pointers. Very, very helpful." I'll say my answer to that question that you asked earlier about just like how to get into it. One of the things that I hear often is people that build sets and they want to know, how do you make the jump from building sets to building your own creations, using your own imagination? And I would say, just take apart a set and challenge yourself. Can you build something that is not the thing on the cover of that box with those same pieces? Just try it, or take 2 sets, maybe smash them together and make something else. And then if you need help with that, if you need help bridging the gap between the official set and your imagination, Rebrickable.com is a great place to find alternate builds to the sets that you already have. I'm not sponsored. I just think it's really cool. Emmasaurus is here tonight and says, so many amazing people on the panel today. Thank you for being with us, Emily. You are incredible. All right. And I feel like I missed one other. Bell with $10 says Brian deserves more. All right, I'm actually going to have to send some of this money to Brian. So y'all are complicating my bookkeeping this month, but that's all right. That's all right. For Brian, it's worth it. All right, here we go. Mark and Steven, where did the idea for Lego Masters come up? How did that become part of your story?
Well, we were initially approached for season 1. They sent out all the emails. They sent some to us, and at first we thought it was a prank. The Lego community is apparently very suspicious. But when we found out it was legit, we knew we couldn't do it. We went through the interview process a bit, but I was 3 weeks into a new job, and they were still finishing school. Doing school. Yeah, so you can't just walk up to your boss and say, "Hey, I need 7 weeks off," after you've been there for 3 weeks. It's just not going to happen. So that was
we literally said to them though, hey, if there's a season 2, keep us in mind. And season 2 rolls around, and we get on the interview process, and got through all that, and ended up on the show. It was very surprising.
Yeah.
Well, that's incredible. I love hearing people's stories about how that happened, especially people who thought it was a hoax to begin with. Because, I was in a Lego panel at San Diego Comic-Con the day it was announced. And so I knew it was information coming from legitimate, source, right?
Yeah.
But as time went on, I heard that over and over again. People being like, posting, is this legit? Like, oh, this looks like a scam. And I was thinking, like, why it didn't occur to me. But it makes perfect sense if you didn't have like some prior reason to believe that it was already a thing that existed, right? Interesting stuff. Bell with $10, another $10. Bell, you are too kind. Says Boone can keep this super chat. All right. Well, I'll send one to Brian, and I'll keep one for myself. Okay. And then how long was the process for you guys from the time that you season 2? So did they reach back out? They reached back out.
Yeah,
I remember you from the first time.
Pretty early on, as far as I can tell, in the season 2 casting process, we were approached and interviewed. Seemed to go well, but we had a long waiting period because they were going through it was thousands of other applicants.
Yeah,
and so eventually we get a call back. We're like, hey, you get to be on this Zoom call. And, so we ended up going through that process. It was actually a significant amount of time just because we were early on the list because we were part of that tail end of season 1 casting, and so it was a very interesting and kind of drawn out process for us. But
it was months too. It was a good amount of time. But we had many Zoom calls. A couple other things that we can't get into.
It was all
too much,
virtual, which I think is different from season 1 because they were able to fly people out to LA for stuff like that. But we weren't able to do any of that. It was also season 2 because it was still pretty much locked down everywhere for COVID, and so yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, we talk a lot. Mel, we probably had dinner together most nights out down the street. We had a number of probably 10 places within a mile or 2 distance that we could walk, and we would go relax, and we were getting off very late at night. So we often weren't eating dinner until 9 p.m. or 9:30 p.m. But we had that experience, and it sounds like you guys really had the opposite of that experience.
It was there was some amazing moments and some very stressful moments. You said you're getting off at like 9. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
What do we had? Anyway, we had breakfast a lot together, and we got to hang out on the set together a lot. But any sort of recreational stuff was out of the question.
Yeah.
We did go for one nature hike. That was about halfway through the show, but honestly, that was about it. Just a few meals together, on set, breakfast at the hotel together. But a sushi lunch. We were able to sneak that in. That was all of us before episode 2. That was really fun. But honestly, that was it.
Yeah. Wow. All right, Moto. Speaking of season 2, Moto with a incredibly generous Moto $50 super chat. $50. I think I've decided that above a certain amount, I need to start making up a song each time. Burger or pizza fund, or maybe I should sing the burger or pizza fund. # no canned chicken from Moto. $50. Awesome, Moto. Thank you so much.
It's a big inside joke.
Oh, is it? All right. So it's a big inside joke for these guys.
Yeah, we canned chicken.
Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it. Basically, I have a very high metabolism. So I'm always eating, always consuming calories. And I was just hungry on set all the time. It's just, I'm always hungry. And so I'm like, I know that we have a microphone. And I'm like, I'm talking, I'm like, it'd be good, Steven? What's that? Hamburgers. Hamburgers would be really good. But I could sure go for a burger right now. And so like almost 24/7, even occasionally,
he would not let up.
Even occasionally when the camera was rolling, I'd be like, burgers are awesome.
We know there are important people listening on these microphones.
So
literally, burgers.
About 3 days of this, and I finally got all the McDonald's hamburgers from the nearby, and just we went back to the
quarter pounders, fries, you name it, we had.
So everyone got burgers that night,
but it got better.
Anyway, and so then pizza was next, and then
Pizza
donuts.
next, and then
So
donuts.
I was constantly demanding food through the.
But it got
microphone.
quicker and quicker every time. They knew they couldn't beat him, so they just like get him his donuts. Mark was kind of the worst person on set, honestly.
I'm just somebody down here said a Moto theme song, and I lost that one. But yeah, if it'd be like Moto, you know that song Motor In. It could be like Moto's in the super chat tonight, something like that. I don't know. Thank you very much, Moto. All right, you guys, we gotta get on to our brick. Oh, we've got a whole new segment. A whole new segment this week. It was brand new last week, and we're bringing it back this week. It is brick telephone. Brick telephone. It is brick telephone, everybody, and it just literally occurred to me that I had not loaded up all of my telephone messages that I was gonna play tonight in brick telephone. It is so we need Brian. I need you to ask Mark and Steven one more important question, and you guys roll with that for just a moment while I pull these over.
Ooh, so the question I always like to ask Lego Masters, because I've been talking to a lot of the Lego Master folk recently, on stage or otherwise. If you had to come up with a challenge for Season 3 contestants, what would that challenge be?
I had not thought of that.
You would have to build something that catapults something at something.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, it has to literally, you have rubber bands, or you have motors, you have a counterweight. Somehow you're propelling something at a target.
Ooh, accuracy and length.
Yeah. So.
Now you say you were out of castles, but the medieval is still in you, man.
Well, this could be any kind of, like, it could be a cannon, it could be a slingshot, it could be all sorts of things. So you could have a variety of like a sphere of Lego to the other side of a certain space. So, and you have to propel it. No explosives, no nothing. I like that.
All right, Mel, you got an answer for that same question?
I think Mel does have an answer, because he said it on stage, and I think I called him an evil mastermind in front of a live audience, because it's sinister.
So what I thought when I was asked that question, I said, you take the Lego Masters, you give them all one set, from off the shelf, and you put them in a NASA tunnel where like there's no gravity, and you open up the set and they have a time, to put that set together. Have to sit down and put that set together,
Sinister. This man is sinister.
That's incredible. That's an incredible idea.
Entertainment.
All right, it's actually time for the real brick telephone segment. So first, this one's just fun, a fun little celebratory and even musical one we got going on here. It is from Emily. Let's hear Emily.
Help me in congratulating them. Congratulations, Mark and Steven. You guys are incredible. Boone, I love this new phone feature. And this is Emily with the Trade Company. Thanks.
All right, Emily, thank you very much for sending your congratulations along to Mark and Steven. Mark, Steven, have you guys had a musical congratulations before now?
That's the first. That was awesome. Delightful.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Steven. Thanks a lot, Emily. Next up, let's go with this is Sheldon from Texas.
Hey, y'all from Texas. This is Sheldon. Just wanted to call and ask you, which of the new announced products are you most excited for from Lego? Anyway, me, I love the new Winter Village. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
All right, so what of the currently announced Lego sets are you most excited for? Mark,
Vikings.
you're shaking your head like you got an answer.
Vikings. Oh, right. Vikings. Yeah, that's coming out at some point soon. So it's probably a Creator 3-in-1. And whether or not I think you're going to see a lot of brick build stuff, which is cool. Hopefully we get some cool Viking figures. We'll see. So that's all I know is it's actually, I think it's pretty much... they don't have any pictures, but I think it's announced to the kind of set size and the title. So yeah, pretty exciting.
Awesome. That's exciting to me. I love the idea of Vikings. Cool. Brian, have you heard of anything that you're looking forward to?
Not that I can publicly say.
Okay. Moto? No, it's Moto's. Mel.
I don't know. I guess if you've seen one Bat Tumbler, you kind of had them all, really. But I'm kind of digging this new Bat Tumbler. I am.
That tumbler is real nice.
I am.
All right,
It's got
cool.
the fish wheels on it, so I'm looking to get it.
Awesome. Hey, I got a real quick say with a $5 super chat from Joseph Zawada. Mark and Steven, can you please teach Brian the difference between a catapult and a trebuchet? He and Joshua Hanlon disagree on what I built in a mock.
Oh, somebody calling out Brian.
So the main difference between those two medieval implements of war was a catapult was usually tension that was powering it, and then a trebuchet was usually a counterweight, so a huge weight on one end, which pulled it down and levered that projectile in the right direction. So the trebuchet was much larger. Catapult could be a variety of sizes, huge or small.
So have you seen Joseph's mock?
I'm not. I've seen a lot of Joseph's castles, so it could have been. I'm not sure which one he's referring to specifically, but I'm sure he's built multiple of both at this point.
All right. Well, Joseph, thank you very much. And we've got 2 more voicemails from the Brick telephone. We will do, how about, this one's fun. This is Legomatic.
Boone and friends, this is Legomatic, and I have some trivia for you. Did you know that if you stacked up every single Lego piece on Earth, it would reach up to nowhere, because it would fall over pretty quickly, as you can imagine. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Keep doing you, and have a good day.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Legomatic. What did you think? Did anyone have a guess of what he was going to say?
The moon? Twice the length of the moon? I don't know.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we've got a message from Brett.
Is this boot leg stand? I hope I have the right number. This is Brett Hooper. I have a question. I have a question for anyone at the Lego Masters from season 1 or season 2. Like, what was a skill or a life experience that unknowingly prepared you well for the show that you guys were on? And then kind of conversely, what's something that you took away from the show that then you will use in real life and here on out? So anyway, thanks for taking my call. Love you guys.
All right. Thanks a lot for your question, Brett. Yeah. So that one is, what do you think? It's like something from your life before you knew you would be on Lego Masters that was secretly preparing you for Lego Masters.
Oh, right. I had 2. One is more interesting than the other. Real quick, the Iron Builder. That was really fun. We built a lot in a very short amount of time.
For a specific part, which was used on episode 10.
Yep, that was really cool. But for me, I absolutely love the work of Jim Henson and Steve Whitmire. So I am a huge puppet fan. I've watched all of the movies, except The Wizard of Oz. I heard it wasn't very good. Anyway, that's what I've heard though. But yes, I'm such a huge puppet fan, and I'm so glad we were able to do that challenge because I was able to remember all the cool stuff that I kind of observed. I was fishing back in my memory, like, okay, how do they look? How do they behave? What's the sort of like? What's the language of this sort of character? Like, how does it work? And I was reaching back at all the hundreds of hours I spent, and I'm glad I did because that was my favorite challenge.
Awesome. That was my favorite challenge until Cliffhanger, and maybe Puppets still was my favorite challenge.
It was great,
but it was a lot of fun to. I got to do an interview with Anthony Dominici, the head producer of Lego Masters, and he was talking about how he is friends with Steve Whitmire. And they kind of pulled him into that challenge somewhat last minute, and so it was serendipitous that was able to happen, and super fun to hear about because I love that guy. I love the whole Henson. I'm with you, Steven. That was until Cliffhanger. Puppets was my answer to what season 2 challenge would you have liked to have on season 1. But okay, cool. What do you think? Mel, you got an answer to that question? Something about your life that prepared you for Lego Masters?
Ah, man, I think just I think my career in law enforcement like kind of like helped me to have some type of tough skin, right? Because there's a lot of wins and a lot of losses on Lego Masters, so you kind of have to have a tough skin, like to take criticism. So I think that kind of helped me a little bit.
Awesome. Brian, if you were thrown in to Lego Masters Season 3 and you didn't have a choice, what life experience would you be bringing with you to help you in that competition?
Well, I mean, it'd be talking to all of you basically week after week about all these challenges. I'm getting all this insight from all these people that have run the gauntlet all the way to the end and everywhere in between. So asking all of these questions and knowing all these answers, the building skill is one thing. I'll suffice with what I got, but knowing that little bit of insight, or actually that lot of bit of insight, would take me a lot further if I had never met any of you guys in the first place. So that would be it.
Oh, that's awesome. Incredible, sweet, precious, and definitely more than you deserve. I mean, as much as you deserve. I was trying to say it. Dang it. Definitely.
just keep the show moving.
You deserve the most.
Yep. Let's yep.
What do they call that? A Freudian slip? Okay. Hey everybody, it is time for some trivia. We got to play some trivia, and I do not have a thing for trivia. But trivia is coming. Brian, why don't you can you facilitate the last half of Brett's question? The last half was, now what Lego Masters experience are you taking through the rest of your life? That's the question. Brian, help me out. Facilitate that, please.
What do you mean?
I just need you to get Brian, Mark, and Steven and Mel to answer that question while I work on the trivia.
Oh, Mel, do me a favor and answer that question. What experience from Lego Masters would you take with you beyond the show?
Oh man, oh geez, I don't know, man. I think it's just like trusting your partner for everything. I think that's what it is. I think it's like I didn't have the luxury of Mark and Steven. Like me and Jermaine weren't brothers, so I didn't know what his next move was going to be or anything. So I think putting trust in him and him putting trust in me. And it actually worked out because now we're growing a lot closer to Dude moved out of New York and moved down to Maryland. So that's how, so I would take that, just putting trust in other people.
All right, the dynamic duo. What experience are you taking from Lego Masters beyond your time at the show?
For me, it's pretty simple. As far as on a technical level, for me, it's color. Like I played around with it a little bit, but only on a small scale. I want to try to branch into there's a huge selection, and I'd love to branch into some newer stuff because we use like magenta and teal and other fun stuff, and mint and other colors all over the show. And that's what Amy and Jamie were pushing. So when I was done, I'm like, you know what? They're underrated. Let's play around with this.
For me, it's probably just like sheer willpower. Being able to get through that was probably the toughest thing we've ever done.
It was hard.
And so having gotten through that, it's like, just being confident and being able to we got this. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It can't be any harder than what we've already overcome.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. We are 1 minute and 43 seconds away from trivia. So I'll give my answers to both of those. And the first one was, what did I bring from life experience to Lego Masters? And I'd say perhaps this is very specific to Lego, but the fact that I had never done a lot of long-term mocks. Pretty much every mock I had ever built was either the kind of mock I could sit down and build in 4 hours, or the kind of mock I'm scrambling to complete in the last 3 days before a convention. So that was probably something that helped me out with that. So if you want to apply in the future, give yourself some timed challenges, because it's very, very different. And then something that I will take with me is the big thing is, this is a little bit different than I think what Brett was asking, but the friendships, man. My buddy Mel, Sam, Richard and Flynn, the amount of trust that Mark and I developed with each other through that show. It was just really something special, and will always carry that with me. Okay, we are ready for live Lego trivia, everybody. These are 7 multiple choice questions. There are a handful of different themes within these 7 questions covered, but it is all related to Lego. Get ready to type your answers either by the number/letter of the answer or by the words that are included in the answer. Either should work. If you're on Facebook Live, if you're watching on Facebook, type something other than just the number of the answer, because it'll help. In what year was the first brick separator introduced? The first brick separator introduced in 2010, 2000, 1990, or 1980? How far back does the brick separator go? Well, what's your experience with, don't answer the question, but what's your experience with the brick separator, Steven? Do you use it or not?
Sometimes, but I am old school. I actually prefer the old one a little bit more.
Okay.
You can always get just a little more power. I like it, more leverage.
Yeah, I prefer the old school, which is like whichever fingernail is the longest. Or I've heard that Brick Snaps really likes the brick separators in your mouth.
Apparently.
There's like 32 of them, and take your pick. All right, the answer is, let's see what people got, 1990, and most people did say 1990. We had some answers spread around, but looks like pretty much everybody believed that the brick separator did not go all the way back to 1980. But we are beginning to tabulate the folks tonight that are in the live chat that could become our winners. And I loved that Doc Sampson said 73. That wasn't an available answer. Were you saying 1973? Either way, you're wrong. But all right. E-Logger says, oh, hey, Brian. Hey, Boone. Sorry I'm late. Okay, the next question. Question number 2. Where is it? Which Lego figure is named after a historical Danish Viking king? 1, Nick Bluetooth. 2, Lord Sam Sinister. 3, Boris Bulldog. Or 4, Baze Malbus. One of those is named after a Danish Viking king. What do you know about Vikings, guys? Mark, you said you were excited about the Vikings coming.
Yeah, the Vikings were a very ferocious and terrifying people from the north, and they ended up causing a lot of havoc in early medieval Europe. And a lot of dynasties across the world were founded by them, so it's pretty interesting.
Mel, you know much about Vikings?
I played a lot of Assassin's Creed.
That counts.
Well, there you go. All right, let's see. Some folks said 1, some folks said 4, 2. I don't really see any 3s. Nobody thought it was Boris Bulldog. Oh, Patrick said it was Boris Bulldog. Boris Bulldog, of course, a Fabuland character. It's Nick Bluetooth. King Bluetooth is actually buried in a large Viking burial site, and it's only about 30 minutes away from the Lego headquarters in Denmark. It's an interesting sight to see. And his name was his first name was, they like a bunch of Vikings had the same name, Harold. A lot of Vikings were named Harold. His name was Harold Bluetooth, and Nick Bluetooth, of course, named after Bluetooth. And that was before any of us knew that Bluetooth was like a technology that we were all going to have in our phones. All right. We are heading into question number 3. Everybody, we are clearly going to go a little over tonight. Stick around for, you can ask your questions in just a little bit. Mark and Steven's RC vehicle in Demolition Derby was piloted by what brick-built character? 1, a skeleton. 2, a pirate. 3, a dragon. Or 4, a cowboy. What do you think, folks? Put your answers in the live stream. Iceberg, if you had the opportunity to build for that RC Demolition Derby challenge, what kind of character would you have put in the driver's seat?
Ah man, you know what? I'd have probably did something Marvel. I'd have probably did like a Green Goblin-ish type looking guy.
All right.
You know, with a Green Goblin face on the front of the car.
All right. And if you weren't allowed to do IP, it would have been a Green Goblin-ish.
Green
Is
Goblin-ish.
what I heard you
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Green
So
monster.
I would guess. Yeah. Brian, you'd probably give us an Italian plumber-ish.
I was actually going to go with a crash test dummy, but I'll do that too. That's fine.
Oh, that's great. I like crash test dummy. It was skeleton. Most people knew it was skeleton. Good job remembering that fact from Mark and Steven Lego Master lore. What was it? Remind us the name of that build.
Toxic Titan. The Toxic Titan was the name.
Titan.
And you told me before the stream there were actually 2 skeletons.
Yes. They were kind of representing us. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I made those in the last 5 minutes. But
the skeletons.
Yeah.
That's incredible. It's amazing. It'd be fun to talk to a lot of the teams about like what are those things that seemed like a major element that got worked in like the last moments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, question number 4. What was the first contest Mark and Steven entered online? 1, Summer Joust. 2, September. 3, Colossal Castle Contest. Or 4, Colossal Battle Contest.
Wow.
Which was it? And we snuck it into the conversation earlier in the stream. Good job with that one, guys. That was a fun question there. A lot of people saying 3. I saw some people say 4. Let's see what we come up with here. Why am I not seeing the... Oh, there we go. Here come the answers. Tell us, all 4 of these are real build challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Have you built for any of the 4 other than the one that is the correct answer?
Yes, except one we haven't built for. Not yet, no.
So which is the one that you haven't built for ever?
Oh, can we say that yet? Would that be a spoiler?
Yeah, you can say it. It's fine.
So we never participated in the Summer Joust despite it being an amazing contest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They've never built for Summer Joust, but they did first. And it was 2 separate years, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
2 different years you've entered, but yeah.
But that was kind of your gateway to the fan community.
Absolutely. That's what got us started.
Yeah, that's where it all began.
Awesome, love it. Real quick, give us if people want to find you on Instagram, we've got a few seconds here before the next question. What do they search for?
Oh, so Bro Steven 100 on Instagram.
It might be Brother Steven 100. Anyway, Mark of Forward, Bro Steven 100. So Mark of Forward, all one word. So, yeah.
So that first one was Bro Steven what?
100, yeah.
Bro Steven 100. Okay, we'll come back to that. What color is what color is Boone's Lego watch?
You got a freebie on that one, chat. There you go.
I was gonna be so intentional about keeping my hand below the camera. 1, yellow. 2, red. 3, orange. Or 4, blue.
Freebie.
You got yours?
Mine's black. I got the black one.
Oh yeah, we have a very similar watch, don't we?
Well, sorta. Mine's actually a lot older.
Is it?
Yeah, it's based on the UFO line, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's from the 90s.
Oh, okay. I thought yours was I thought yours was the black one from the same line as mine.
Oh, not yet. No, I can't find those.
All right, everybody. A lot of people said 3. A lot of people said 3. Not everybody. Luckily, I got my hand below the camera before I actually read the question out loud. But it's orange, everybody. There it is. This is I've been keeping this thing alive too. I've bought like pieces of it from incomplete ones on eBay, and man, I will wear this thing forever. Okay, so we had let's see, where did that go? I was putting in, it didn't work. All right, so you were Bro Steven?
100.
100.
Yeah, that's all banner.
That's where people can find Steven on Instagram. Instagram's a good place to send people, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, it is Brother Steven 100.
All right, I'm gonna hide it and change it.
Sorry, guys.
BROTHER, Brother Steven 100. There it is. We'll get back to that in another minute. Which classic castle faction has been revived by crests printed on shields and minifig torsos in not just one, but 2 new sets for 2021? Was it Wolfpack? Number 2, Lion Knights. Number 3, Black Knights. Or number 4, Black Falcons. Which of those is back? Both in a Lego Ideas set and a Lego Creator 3-in-1 set. Without telling us who it was, Mark and Steven, did you like this faction?
We like them all, but we particularly like this one. Oh, yeah.
Were you pleased to see it come back in some new?
Oh yes. I hope to see more as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, more of that faction, or them bringing back more of other factions.
More of all the cool classic castle factions for sure. We'll see why not.
Yeah, I love what Creator 3-in-1 is kind of doing with throwing some bones to the classic fans. It's Black Falcons, everybody. Black Falcons. And we just have one more question left. And while we wait for that, I will go ahead and finally put up at Brother Steven. Does that look correct?
Cool.
There it is. And Mark, yours is?
Mark of Falworth. So Mark of Falworth, all one word.
MarkofFalWorth. Right. And we'll add the banner there.
Yeah,
so if you want to find Mark and Steven, those were their handles. And we'll throw those up one more time before the end. Other places, you said you've been building websites. Where else should people look for you?
Yeah, markofalworth.com, same as the Instagram handle. You got
BrotherStevenBuilds.com.
BrotherStevenBuilds.com. Awesome. I can't wait to see your new websites. I love websites. We won't end the stream before we make sure that you've shared all of that stuff that you guys want to share, as well as Brian and Mel. But real quick, last question. Which Boone Builds viewer was the first to be featured in last week's new Brick Telephone segment? Was it 1, Snowlena, 2, Uber Maddie, 3, Jeff McElwee, or 4, Brickham's Den? Which of those? It's interesting. The system that I use for this trivia is I put the answers in a random order, but I tell it which one is the correct answer. And it seemed like the overwhelming position for the correct answer tonight was position number 3. Doesn't that seem true? I don't know. I gotta see.
Maybe it'll throw people off. It's like it can't always be 3.
Yeah.
3 all the way through.
Jeff McElwee, everybody. Jeff McElwee, the very first voicemail we got in Brick Telephone. All right, let's see. The results are being tabulated. You guys want to help me out?
What's that noise that the internet used to make?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
That was the worst noise, but it was so satisfying.
It's Fazoom, everybody. Fazoom, folks. Lego fans, there is your king of the evening, Fazoom, with 7 correct answers. See you later. And Anthony B also had 7 correct answers, but what that means is Fazoom answered faster across the board. Thank you very much for playing, Fazoom. You are the winner of this adventurous water lady and her dolphin pal.
Nice party.
Fazoom, I can't wait to send that to you.
Boone, do you know Fazoom's formal title, what he goes by?
No.
He goes by, his formal title is the Waffle House King.
The Waffle House King.
From now on, if you see him in the top dog spot, he must be addressed by his formal name, the Waffle House King.
Fazoom, the Waffle House King.
There we go.
All right. Congratulations. And he seems to be somewhat excited with 2 O's in his woo. All right. Hey, listen, we are very close to the end, but I don't want to leave before we take at least you guys, I said we might go till 5 after or 10 after, and we are already upon that. Can we go for like 5 more minutes?
Let's go. Come on.
Anybody need to go? Mel, you're hanging in. Brian, you're hanging in. All right. So put your questions in the chat. Let's direct, because we want to thank Mark and Steven and congratulate Mark and Steven for their recent win. Put those questions in the chat, and we'll direct the questions to Mark and Steven first, and then if the rest of us on the screen have some answers, we'll do that. But can you guys show us that mock? I asked you to bring a mock.
So I've had this for a while. Let me pick it up without breaking anything. It's all good. Yeah.
And you're sick it now.
Sorry. So this is my seahorse. Taken to a few conventions on and off. I love animals, and he was built for a little art challenge, art contest that was at my college. That was a couple years ago. He's got a face with everything. I might expand. I might make like a stingray, maybe a pufferfish, or a few other things just for fun. But he's pretty cool.
Awesome.
You're gonna brickhead's eyes too.
Incorporate a giraffe into that build.
Too soon, bro.
Sorry.
It's not a jellyfish thing.
No.
All
right.
Well, mock we have lying around.
The winner of our trivia tonight. What did you say? The Waffle King says
the Waffle House King.
The Waffle House King. My bad. You guys are gonna have to correct me multiple times, I'm sure. The Waffle House King. Do you guys like grits?
More of a hash brown guy, personally.
Okay. Mel, you like grits?
More of an oatmeal guy.
Okay. Ryan?
Never had grits. My first time will be with Fazoom at a Waffle House.
All right. Fantastic. Love it. Let me look for, we're just only have a couple more question time here. Oh, this is good. See you later says, did you get the chance to see the available bricks and pieces before the competition started?
Ooh. I think we got a walkthrough of the brick pit, but that was about it. You didn't really get very brief tour of the brick pit, but that was about all. No, we just got used to it.
Yeah, we had something similar. I think we had a little bit more of an advantage because they let us sort of review the system by which they organize that stuff. That's how I'll say it. And I think that you guys didn't have quite the same. I shouldn't say advantage because everybody on our season had the same. Had the same kind of policy. I think they did a little bit differently with y'all, but they did a big change to ours like halfway through episode 2. So we had spent a challenge getting used to the brick pit, and then they made a major change to it, and it was really kind of striking. But all right, let's do one more. Let's see here.
I was gonna ask first, but Boone, mind if I do a plug-in really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
We were working on this a lot when we got home from the show. This is my book. This is The Inner Workings of a Lego Mind. I'm actually wearing that shirt. It's a gallery book. It's a coffee table book of some of my favorite builds over the years. This is one of our projects. It's on my website.
Or on Amazon.
Or on Amazon. Same price, same thing.
That's beautiful.
We've been working on this. Me and my mom. It's been kind of a family project. She did a lot of the edit. In fact, she did all the editing, and it looks really good. But that's something we've been working on.
Bro, you've been busy.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Love it. All right. That one's very similar to a question we had earlier. I think we're gonna have one more awesome one. What are some things? Oh, I don't know if this is something you're allowed to say, but is there anything that falls into this category? Mark and Steven, what are some things that happened on the show that you wished they showed but didn't? Is there anything you're allowed to say?
Well, I would have loved to have seen more of the banter between us and Caleb and Jacob when our floating islands clashed. It went on for about 10 minutes. It was hilarious. Can't have all of it though. But one sweet moment was at the very end. Like, cameras are off, the finale's over, the winner is declared. We're all in the holding area, and up come Amy and Jamie, still wearing their outfits for the finale, the ball gown and the suit. And they come up to us, they have their face shields, and they just said some really nice things. It was all a bit of a blur, but it was something along the lines of, "You're all rock stars now, enjoy this." And this is the best Sorry, no offense to you guys, but they said this was the best season they had yet, which was us. I'm sorry, but that's what was said. We were being nice as possible, but honestly, that jokes aside, that was a really sweet moment for them, and the first time we ever got to just hang out for all of a few minutes. But there was no more pressure, no COVID, and that was a really, really treasured moment.
Awesome. Well, this has been a treasured moment for me. Really pleased that we got to share the evening with you guys. Let me fire up that outro song so that we can get ready to say goodbye here. Mel, thank you very much for being with us tonight. You are awesome. Always fun to spend time with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me here on YouTube, IcebergBricks, and Instagram, IcebergBricks.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Brian, thank you again, buddy. You're awesome. I need to get some coaching on my background setup because you just look like you're in such a slick studio there. So thanks for being here tonight, dude.
You're very welcome. In terms of things to plug, y'all know where to find me. Just Google me. You'll figure it out everywhere. It's fine.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Brian. And Mark and Steven, it's been really wonderful. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit, and we will throw these banners back up for you. You can find Brother Steven 100 on Instagram, Mark of Fallworth on Instagram. Check out their websites. If you're watching in the replay, I'll make sure I get all of those links put into the description below. But it's been a real pleasure. Thank you all so much. If you like what you see tonight, please subscribe to Boone Builds. And until next time, go build something amazing. Mark and Steven, thanks a lot, man. You guys are really incredible.
Thanks, guys.